I'll take a little tour of the Scot Campbell Studio here. What you're looking at here is a hubcap that was going to go on my Fairmont. I ended up selling the Fairmont to Miley, so I discontinued, obviously, the project. Anyway, this is my studio. This is where I make stuff. This is an old piece off a truck. The truck is no longer running, and there's also a mask over it, but that's how I do things. It's another piece, one of my favorites, off the original Ford Ranger. Another little piece here. There's a gift Miley gave me. It's a bottle. It's also a cow's hoof or a bull's hoof. He got it in Mexico. Some of my space. You can see how orderly and clean I am. Some of my goodies. There's my fan. I'm making some molds over there. A lot of my pieces, I used to use polyurethane mold making material, part A and part B, but then I went back to latex rubber. I find it's really easy to work with. Here's several molds I'm working on right now. Basically, it's just a bunch of coats of latex rubber. This is an interesting piece I'm working on. I make the parts over here. You can see some of the parts I originally sculpt in clay, and then I make molds and then cast those in polyurethane resin, and that's what these are, polyurethane resin castings, and then I glue them to that plaster base piece which I casted. Then I'll make a mold of that and then cast the whole thing. There's a couple pieces there. There's the original wolf I made, Wolf with the Wolf Woman. Here's an older piece that was on the Ford Ranger, one of my more famous pieces. It took me about 60 hours. It's got a lot of detail. This is all latex rubber here. Pretty gruesome. Here's my piece, Vlad the Impaler. Spirit of Vlad the Impaler. That's the guy Dracula was based on, Vlad Dracul. There's me. The little casting on the top of my head. This was on my... It's a hood ornament on the truck. It's one of my favorite pieces. It's called Shapeshifter. It's a candle holder on the right side. The viewer's right side is somewhat of a normal man. And then on the left is more of a demonic looking character. It's a great little candle holder. There's my friend, Mr. Compliment. These are a few pieces off the truck. This is sort of a shrine to my truck here. More junk. Old molds and things. There's things everywhere. It's a mess. Here's some of the molds. Here's the mold for the wolf. See this latex rubber mold. I don't know what that is. Piece of crud. Anyway, it sits in this shell mold or mother mold that holds it like that. Then I use part A, part B polyurethane resin and cast them, or you can cast them in plaster. Some sketches on the wall of the project I'm about to show you that I'm working on. It's going to be a head that goes in the back of my Mazda, and water comes out of the mouth and use an RV pump, and then it'll go into a chalice and recirculate. Some more reference and ideas up here. You walk around here real quick. Here's some more pieces, some more castings, some more molds and mother molds. This is the fairy, popular one. Bunch of little skulls. These are all polyurethane resin. Great little sculptures. Great giveaways too. Another character. The piece I'm working on the back of my truck is right here. It's the biggest piece I've done to date. It's 40 inches high and 40 inches wide. And it's going to have a stone finish to it. Pretty good size. Let me get around to the other side here, you can see it better. This is a piece I'm working on right now. I've been working on it for a couple months. It's automotive clay is what I sculpt with. I get it warm. I have this oven right here. This is what the clay looks like. It gets soft when you get it warm, about 175 to 200 degrees. Then you can sculpt with it. It's great stuff. Then once it cools down, it gets a lot more harder. And I'll show you. It's pretty hard stuff. You can carve it, and it's wonderful to work with. I use this stuff here as a base. The fiberglass insulation sheets works really great to sort of get your basic form set up. This guy's going to be wonderful in the back of the car, and out of his mouth I'm going to hook up an RV pump like I was talking about earlier, and I've got some little grooves here where the water will come out down there, recirculate. And it's got, if you look closely, you can see it's got a stone finish. It's got a great stone finish. What I do is I actually take a rock. I use various types of rocks, and I actually push into it or beat on it. Makes a lot of noise, but gets the job done. It's kind of time labor intensive, but get this wonderful finish. It's just beautiful, and you can smooth it out. It looks all worn, and it looks like stone, carved in stone. And of course, after I cast it, I'll paint it to look like rock. Well, that's my studio. It's December '97, 5 to 8, and we'll talk to you later.